You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy vault your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm having a day.
Yeah, it's another wonderful rainy day in New England. Just
It is.
Shoot me now.
Well, you're in the same area as I am right now.
I am now.
It's kind of lightening up a little bit. I'm hoping it dries out. My bones can't take much more.
Yeah. See, it's going to be 70 degrees on Sunday when we
Of
head down
course.
to Texas, and Texas it's going to rain. What's that all about? But the cool thing is we're not leaving a building, so it doesn't matter what it does on the outside.
Exactly. We're all encompassed. We're in all in one place. It's awesome.
I think it's a flip-flop kind of trip.
It is an open toe shoe trip.
Yes, absolutely.
I haven't packed.
Yeah, I haven't packed yet. I'm thinking about it. I'm processing.
I think I'm the only one of our group who packs a couple days before. I'm ready to go. I would like to go now.
Yeah. All right. So we don't really have an agenda, and yet I'm always late to the party on a lot of things.
What do you mean?
Well, it's and you can appreciate this. iPhone Max, they do an update. I usually wait a week or two before I do the update because I want somebody else to work out the bugs.
Yep.
Yeah. Facebook, I think Facebook started in 2007, and I think August is my 14th year on Facebook, so I was 8 years late for that, right?
Well, it wasn't for us when it came out.
Right. So yesterday, this whole ChatGpT thing, don't give me that look.
It's not my thing.
Well, let me just tell you, miss, it's not my thing. So I was playing with it, and I had this realization, and not to get into the generational wars, and yet to get into the generational wars. My generation has the blessing of, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have computers, and then we did.
Right.
And I'm looking at this, and let's just talk about that. We can pretty much be whoever we desire to be with whatever pre-generation, post-generation, because we have the ability to do it.
Yep. So
I was listening to a podcast yesterday morning on my drive to Andover, and they're talking about ChatGPT, and I was like, all right, I played with it a little bit. I've done a little bit of stuff for training, and I liked it. But then I was listening to this podcast, and I was like, wow, talk about a life changer. There's so many opportunities. And I'll just give you an example. I've been procrastinating, because this is what I do in life. I've been procrastinating building a website for my coaching company for, I don't know, since July of last year. Because just the hassle, because there's logistics, the privacy policy,
right,
the accessibility policy, and you have, right? I put into ChatGPT, accessibility policy for a website, bang, 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 in 30 seconds. So what would have taken me, probably another 3-4 months, because now it's on my radar to do it the way I want to do it. Literally, I spent a few hours just playing with things. And there's a piece of it that it needs to be you human.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT or whatever, AI, whatever you're using, you're not supposed to let that be the whole message. It's just supposed to simplify it.
Here's how I look at it. So I have two very big views on it. One, my son's school banned it. The college has banned chat. Many colleges are banning the use of that because of plagiarism, because it is not creating anything fresh.
It's not new content.
It's not. What it's doing is regurgitating, and it's not even taking things from the web, which I think is like a a lot of people think it's just looking at Google and pulling all this stuff. It's not. And it's not updated as of like 2021 was the last.
It's like 2021 is the last update it did.
So here is my struggle with it, is that it has helped people to stop think. They don't think. So I think I told you about this. ChatGPT went down. Like their servers can only handle so much. Somebody teaches about it nationally, and then all these people are flooding it. Mm-hmm. And the anger that was sent to me because a product that is not in our ecosystem went down was ridiculous. People were yelling at our support people at KWRI. I'm like, this is not our product. We can't support it. Like the anger around, well, I have an email to write. So what did you do a month ago? It's amazing how the anger, the frustration over a product being down. And I was like, but what did you do a month ago? I am petrified that what we're going to see is a lot of, I don't know if incorrect or not factual information is the right way to put it. What I'm worried about is that the people who use it correctly, like you're going to use it correctly. But there are going to be people out there and people who want to take shortcuts, and then the same wrong or maybe not as clear information is going to keep circulating because people just share things, and then the machine hears it and puts it out. Then that's all we're going to see is information that really doesn't match the market of now, because people are using something that is pulling data from use it to write headlines, use it to write witty things. Definitely, if my kid is listening right now, if you come home and try to use it to write a report, you're dead. Wait.
Well, so here's my, because then after playing with it all day yesterday in between meetings and accomplishing a lot that would have taken me a significant amount of time, I was like, what a blessing for me personally and a person of my age that lives life like I do. Because just like we were told to be home before when the streetlights come on, right? Like that was our thing. So we have the blessing of that, the fax machine, the emails, we have the blessing of the past and the blessing of the future. And because we're so adaptable as a group, this is just something to adapt. And here is to your point, in 10, 15 years, ChatGPT is going to be writing the reports for the kids at school. And that's all they're going to know. And then ChatGPT, just because that's the brand name right now, it'll be whatever it is, AI, right? But they won't know any different. So once again, once again, our generation is blessed with another opportunity to take a new technology with everything we experienced in life and one up what the generations before and after will not do.
And I personally fear stuff like this squashes creativity and uniqueness. The nerds were all playing a game one night where we all fed it the same ask. Like we asked the same exact thing, copy, paste, verbatim, and it gave all of us the same exact answer. And I think that's where it's one thing to get it and need it and use it. Personally, I'm so scared to lose my own edge of creativity. Like, are there times I tried it out to write social posts and I was like, this doesn't sound like my voice. Like, that's the only thing, is like, it just didn't sound like me because it's a robot. And I just want to make sure that at the end of the day, it's use it. If you need a tool, use it, but don't lose your humanity or your edge of what makes.
And that's the piece right there, because I've used it to summarize books. Right. However,
that's the cool thing.
I've never delivered the message word for word. I've taken the information and then put me into it. And you're 100% correct. Like Riley and Hope and Mason and Amelia, what will their voice sound like? Because when they get to high school, this is going to be so in their face.
And it's crazy. The thing that, so even when I was just in online college, this is a couple of years ago, everything I typed was put through plagiarism things. Like as I'm typing it, it's yelling at me, you need a citation. Like that's the schools, the colleges and universities software. So and I think we're going to see a point that if this does grab enough momentum, there's going to have to be disclosures. If you don't write that you utilized an AI writing program to help you, like, this is different from Grammarly. That's changing your grammar. That's making sure you're speaking effectively.
Grammarly's my best friend.
Yeah, and I took it out. I got rid of it because it slowed my computer down and I couldn't handle the lagging. And then I remember, wow, Brooke, marketing grammar is much different than what we're supposed to do. But I think at the end of the day, we're going to see some, while it's cool, it's got its uses. It's got its uses. But if you're good at what you do and you stop being good at what you do and you rely on a robot or a machine to do something, you're going to lose something, whether it's your creativity, whether it is your authenticity,
your voice.
That's what I'm really worried about. It's, yes, the nerds went crazy for this. People went nuts. I never have to think about writing a social post ever again.
That's not true.
A lot of people did.
It's not true.
Right. But they lost their minds and they loved it. And you still got to be you behind the keyboard and how you put things out there in the world, because voices changed. I know when somebody's ChatGPTing something, like, I can tell.
Yeah. And the statement was made during one of the podcasts. And, it's like yesterday I talked about catastrophizing and how I had to read 7 to 10 books about it because,
yes.
Well, here we go. Now I'm on like this new thing, right? One of the things that was said is in school, because to your point, colleges are quote unquote banning it. But they're like, in school, is it better to learn the knowledge or author the knowledge?
And I think it's going to be a different conversation for every person in front of you on how they learn, because how I learn is by reading, ingesting, and then writing, right? And then reading, ingesting, and writing. But if I have the ability to not read a book or shortcut, we know humans take that road as well.
Well, so look at all the apps. Like, I have an app on my phone, read 200 books in 3 months at 20 minutes, right? Like, it's those little messages behind the scenes in a book that affect you that summary may not.
Exactly. So it's one thing to, if they're going to do the work and then use a tool, cool. It's the shortcuts that are going to cause the problems. It's the people who are bypassing. It's every paper. And I can't wait. I'm so glad my kid is like, Mom, ChatGPT is the scariest thing. And I was like, yeah, dude, don't write a paper with it, because how many papers got passed in that hit plagiarism walls because it was taking it from a machine?
Yeah. Well, and the question was made is, and it's a true statement. If enough people write the same statement and it's a false statement and it can be sourced, does it become true?
Problem. And like I said, it weighs heavy on me. As a tech person, I find this type of stuff fascinating. On what it's doing. It's a call and return service at the end of the day. It calls on information, it returns it to you using an AI. But here's the other thing is, how many times have you done this and then not said a better answer or regenerated a response and give it the feedback it needs? I've watched so many people play with it and they never give it feedback. They never say, I rewrote this because this is a bad response. So it's never going to get truly human. Yeah. Oh, I hope not.
Well, and the other statement, well, AI was going to eliminate jobs. I think AI is going to give an opportunity for higher level. Right? Like, what can you, and does it buy back time?
Well, that's the other thing. It's that I understand. Like I said, I play this like push and pull game with it. I love it. I hate it. There's certain places it belongs. There's certain places it doesn't belong. Like, I was not feeling like I had nothing to give the other night in creativity. So I was like, write an email subject line, but I was so detailed. I said, give me 25 email subject lines, and and I gave it a lot of stuff, but I didn't like any of them. So I was like, forget it. I'll do it tomorrow. Right? Like I was like, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'm
Well,
over.
and I hate the word blog. And honestly, blog is so passe. Like, let's just
Blog
go.
is dead.
So I was like, give me some coaching blog titles and like Breakthrough Boulevard. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not a blog title. That's going to be my website title because
Uh-huh.
Breakthrough Boulevard, I love that. I would have never thought of that. And yet, thank you for the idea. Now, where's my creative in it?
Right now I get to play.
Yeah.
Now I get to play.
Yeah. So use it. Don't let it take your identity away.
Mhm.
And remember that the same message you're getting, 7 billion other people on the planet could potentially get that same message. So are you being original?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. All right, my friend.
You have a great day.
You too. I will see you later.
Bye.